based off that.
2 homecoming stunts, which I guess they're not really stunts. We call everything we do a stunt, but the haunted house and the thriller.
Okay, so the haunted house and the thriller, you
Those
guys
are
had...
separate. That was lots of planning.
Right, you guys had to plan both of them,
That
and
was
probably within, what, 2 days of each other? Or
They were within 2 days of
within a
each
day
other.
of each other?
Yeah.
And those are complex. What we don't have experience with, or, well, I guess what we do have experience with is complex stunts that we didn't plan very well, like the Love Jack. A lot of people came to that, but I think everyone left thinking, like, what was that? That was a little frightening.
I mean, from the
but-
perspective of, like, fame, yeah, it was actually kind of cool. I don't know if people got the satire of worshiping, like, an idol on April Fool's Day, but, you know, I don't think anyone ever got the satire of that.
No.
But the point was that we got into the Mercury, and it was actually kind of cool, because, like...
Was that your first time in the Mercury?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe, yeah, it was
That
the
was-
first time in the Mercury, and we made the front page, which is like, holy crap, we've gone from, like, kind of this rebel club that everyone's talking about to actually being front page worthy.
So another thing I want to talk about is failure, because obviously all the stunts
Damn.
that
We
you
have a lot of
have
that.
do not always go as planned. So what can you guys tell us about that?
Well, failure is something we've had a lot of. I think that the hardest thing for me to learn was that you have to kind of take it all in stride.
Right.
Like, that's kind of hard to not think, like, we are a failure every single time we fail, or else we would have failed so many times. Our organization's so random, I guess, that you have to take the risk to get the attention, and sometimes it just utterly fails. I'm trying to think of the worst failure we've ever had. I'm not sure. Maybe that... There was one pillow fight that I missed.
No, there was
That was
something...
a-
There's something even worse than that. I
What
think
was
it-
that?
What was that?
Well, no one remembers, but supposedly a lot of people forgot the 5th of November.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot.
God, that was bad.
That was really
That
bad.
was really
What happened there?
What didn't happen? I mean, so basically it was just...
Oh, yeah,
like-
so explain the stunt first.
Okay, so like if you've seen V for Vendetta, basically, with the V for Vendetta stunt, it was like, okay, we'd show up on November the 5th. We have, like, you know, the V mask that he was wearing. Kind of walk through the common cafe and just be like, you know, remember the 5th of November, gunpowder treason, Natalie Portman.
And can I put in something else too here?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, but another thing that's important to point out is the reason we were doing this stunt is because the first meeting we had this semester with all our new freshmen, they seemed like they really, really wanted to do it. Some of them even signed in. I have the first sign-in sheet of the semester. It says Guy Fawkes, like someone signed in as
Right.
Guy Fawkes. And so they really wanted to do it. There was a lot of different theories on how we should do it. We finally came down to it.
Yeah, and we finally...
With not a lot of time.
And we finally put it forward into play, and what turned out was that, including you, there must have been like 6 people total.
And you were filming.
And you were filming. No, but it was kind of interesting because I was like, holy crap, this is what happened. And it's not that it's a bad idea. I thought it was a terrific idea. But it was just, I really don't know what happened there. I guess maybe it might have been too close. We might have overextended ourselves to some extent.
But when you try to plan something like logically that's this random, that doesn't seem to work very well.
It's not so much that Field of Dreams mentality, like if we plan it, it will come. God, no, it doesn't work out that way. It doesn't. It really has to be that I think if the idea is strong enough, some people will actually make time for us. There's a guy in our group. Can we say Brian Van Imeren?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so there's a guy named Brian Van Imeren. And I don't think you owe him any money for mentioning his name. Brian Van Imeren. Brian Van
You
Imeren.
may owe him a couple bucks.
So Brian Van Imeren, I think, but he said a couple of times that he has physics labs whenever we plan the Monday, Wednesday, or Friday things. And he's like, dude, like, I'll make that lab or I'll cut the last 5 minutes, or I'll just run over as quick as I can or something. And people usually say that they'll do this, so I'm kind of dubious as to the worth. But he's consistently shown up to our stunts. And I'm like, wow, even when we plan it so that it's very intersecting against your schedule, you still happen to do it.
And I need to say one more thing, and it's not just Brian. It's like that's a good example, especially since I think he he may have been there since the second meeting too, but
Yeah.
there's multiple people like this, and we know who consistently shows up. You see the same faces, and with a Facebook group of, what is it, 318 right now?
Something, give or take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
318. It's interesting, and we're not complaining about it. Like the coattail thing. We love that. We love all the people. Everyone should be able to participate.
Right.
It's just who actually does consistently participate.
Mhm.
Who's like, as we said at orientation, we were trying to get members. Who's like the meat and the brains of
Right.
our organization, and we like brains.
I guess
And
on
this
paper.
club
do
is
something.
maybe, or organization is probably, how many months old right now? It's not even a year yet, right?
If you start at the time
At
the
the-
idea was conceived, it's not even like a year and a half. But if you start at the time that we actually were formed,
Like
what
a
was it,
first meeting or a
February?
first event?
February,
Something around
March, April, May, June,
something,
July,
at least
August, September.
February. Yeah.
9 months.
So it's not even a year yet,
It's
and
9 months.
it's
We
doing
just
pretty
had
good
our
right now.
organ-
So you talked about Facebook and the online thing. Do you guys use anything else other than Facebook, or how do you guys get out there?
Actually, right now we do pretty much run on Facebook. Even on the UTD organization page, it links to our Facebook group. I think it might be a good idea to expand a website. That's something I want to do, because you have to be, the way our organization is, since it's so awesome,
Right.
we have to have it filtered so that you can only join if you're in the UT Dallas network.
Okay.
And not everyone who looks at our organization, like it's a problem for like people in their junior year of high school who want to come here, but they can't see our page very well. They can see us on YouTube. YouTube's
Right.
a big way that we get the word out. We've had people on our YouTube page. What did they say, Stephen? Like, I'm
They're-
totally coming to this.
I'm totally coming.
university,
I'm totally
but-
coming to this school, not for the variety of the education it's going to give me, but because I can hit people with pillows and eat blood like Edward and
It'll just that.
Twilight.
Where are you willing to take like this technology thing?
Okay, as far as technology is going, we have a Twitter, and I don't know like how active Twitter is going to be in like a couple of months, but that might be something to consider. I also know that Gmail has this option where you can send text messages from your inbox, and I know that there are certain programs that can do the mass texting type of thing. This can work for two things. We can get rid of the fact that people forget about our stunts, and we can suddenly, if we want to do something spontaneous, have that option. It's like, hey, everyone, just FYI, stunt right here, right now. You get a text on your personal phone, and it's very cool from that end. The other thing that I've actually been looking forward to doing is taking this beyond actually UT Dallas. And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but it would be kind of cool, because I know that we have sister organizations, like there's an environmental club on campus, and what Angie does in that regards is talk to like people at other universities, see what they're doing. It would be cool if somehow we brought onomatopoeia beyond UT Dallas. So like, I have friends at UT Austin. If we started like an onomatopoeia type club there, linked to us, and then maybe something else at UT Arlington, that type of thing, pretty soon, not only have we made a pretty cool group, but we've made a brand culture kind of.
Right.
And using Facebook and Twitter and the mass texting approach and the website too, not only do you have great idea, but you have the ability for amazing growth at that point.
Right.
So it's using technology to bring us to the forefront. I think it's a very cool way to go.
So as far as the videos, do you guys think that helps a lot in promoting the group?
I think that the videos are probably the single biggest promotion of our
Why?
group. Because it gives people, like, it's not just word of mouth. Like, you hear all this secondhand information. But whenever you have, like, you actually see, this is what we've done. You see the reactions of people. So it's like, sort of like, I mean, I'm a psychology major. So it's sort of like you're giving it validation because other people are viewing it, commenting on it. You see other people literally viewing it, like, at the location.
And if I can just interject, when we did orientation this summer, and so, we were like, hey, onomatopoeia, you ought to come. People are kind of walking over because they're freshmen, they're timid, some of them. And then we're talking, and then we start, we fire up the video that you made, which is like,
Which is great.
It was a great, no,
It's
seriously.
Awesome video.
All jokes aside, it was a great video and a bunch of editing you did for us. We start showing the videos, and you can kind of see, like, what is it, the twinkle? People are like, wow, this is amazing. And there's something about, like, seeing a moving picture and, like, seeing, actions in frames and shots that really captivates people. And that's what we are. We're a living organization. It's not just our words. It's not just
We're
me.
not dead yet.
We're not dead yet. Python. But it's not just me or Angie. It's not just Lisa. It's an idea, and that's what's cool.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for talking with us. This is Steven and Angie, and they're with Onomatopoeia. Thank you for watching.